Do 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 do.
All right, guys, so here we are to talk about the movie I Don't Feel at Home in This World Anymore. We just watched that, and what'd you think about it, Lee?
Yeah, let's do a quick no spoilers thing, and then get into
Sure.
nitty gritty stuff. I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. It's different than most movies today, and I thought that was refreshing.
Cool.
Has good people
I
in
thought
it.
we were gonna fight about it or something.
No, it wasn't bad. It wasn't what I expected from the trailer. We reviewed the trailer.
Okay, good segue.
And,
because we watched the trailer. I barely remember what we said. Did we compare it to very bad things, or some it starts awkward and then shit just goes to shit or something? Was that the
It definitely
thing?
it definitely is awkward to horrible shit going on to them.
But not what I expected.
It was not the order of operations. I thought
Yes.
I laughed at a couple of parts.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is actually pretty decent.
But only had a few parts, which is actually
But
I
it
think
wasn't
better.
a comedy.
I know.
So
I
it's just
guess.
peppered in humor. It's really just if it's a comedy at
like-
all, it's like a super dark comedy.
Yes, and it reminded me of Crazy Head, but not trying to be funny.
No.
People would say stuff, and then the other actor would make a face like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" and all that stuff. And I was like, that was making
I
me
took
laugh.
this more as a drama than
Yeah.
anything else. But I liked it. I liked Elijah Wood's character. I thought was great.
Yep.
And I would have loved
Couple
to have
laughs there.
seen the pitch for him to play this character. Like, all right, we got this character, and
Yeah.
I think you'd be perfect for it. He's like a kung fu kind of nut.
You're gonna need a rat tail. You're gonna need some fake
Yeah,
tattoos.
I thought about that too. I was like, what was the last role he played? Did they just cut it? Was his hair
And
long
was it
enough
just
they
a
could do that,
thing?
or did they add that to his hair? I couldn't tell, and it's hard nowadays. It's impossible to tell.
Elijah Wood. This is dredging back memories. During our trailer talk, we said yeah, he's just doing a bunch of weird shit now. He's just having fun or whatever. And it's yeah, man, awesome. And the woman in it, the main character, I don't know what she's been in before. I didn't look
She
it
was
up or
in
anything like that.
2.5 Men for years.
Holy shit!
She played their crazy neighbor
2.5 Men?
with Charlie Sheen.
Oh my god! I was like, isn't there a pizza place in there? What's going on? What are you
That's
talking
Two Guys,
about?
a Girl in a Pizza Place.
I know.
Formerly. Then it was just called Two Guys, a Girl.
They got rid of the
that
pizza place?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They stopped working there. Changed the show.
That's horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That's what killed the show. I've never watched one episode of either of those shows.
Added
I wanna
Nathan
let you
Fillion.
know.
FYI.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm watching them.
There you go.
I pull up my phone. I'm watching it right now. Now I'm watching it. All right. So I think we're gonna recommend people see this.
Yeah, definitely see this. And if you've already seen this, stick around. We're going to talk about the movie.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So my favorite part, I always like to say my favorite part of the movie, is she had just stole back her silverware from this guy. Well, actually, I love when they're walking through the guy's store and there's a fake rocking horse. And it says right on it,
No.
this is not a real horse.
It's not a real horse.
And
I wrote down not a real horse in my notes.
Because I was like, that made me laugh because I was like, that's so crazy. But then she steals back her silverware. It's like walking past the guy and the guy's like, young lady,
Hey,
and
hey.
she turns when he grabs at her and the box hits the kid on the face and he's like, oh, you hit me. And she's like, I'm so sorry. And what it sounds like is that he just handcuffed her or something. And you look down and he's really just shattered her finger to one side. And I'm like, oh, that took a turn. And then before you can even really process that he just broke her finger, Elijah Wood bashes him in the head.
He kicks him in the head,
It's
and then
so
and then
good.
starts talking about sidekick. Yeah, and starts explaining the fucking thing. No, it was amazing. I think my favorite moment, just based on how much I laughed, was when they're stealing back the laptop.
Okay.
And Elijah Wood comes in after her.
Yeah.
He smashes the dude in the face, and you're like, wow.
No, he doesn't smash it in the face. Did
Well,
you catch how it happened?
right.
It's the
He,
guy.
grabs
the
it.
guy grabs away his Morning
And he
Star, and
does
the
a thing.
chain swings around and hits him in his face.
Right. So
The guy knocks his own ass
the
out.
guy gets smashed in the face, and then you're
Yes.
like, okay, and they go in, and it's gonna be like the Drexel scene from whatever. He thought it was White Boy Days, and this whole thing, but it's not. And he just takes a Ninja Star, but throws it that way, on the wall, and then lights a fucking
cherry
flashbangy
bomb.
ninja thing, and throws it, and then does a thing what or whatever the fuck. And
the
I
horrified
laughed.
people are like, "Stop!"
They're like,
no!
what are you doing? And I laughed so hard at that. I don't even know what they said directly after. I laughed so hard at that. His thing of I've proven his
Yeah.
fucking, oh my god. And then later the payoff when he can't get out of the wall, and then he
Yes.
goes, that's how hard I threw it, or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, oh my god.
Uh-huh. I love that. I
Elijah
have
Wood,
that
obviously
belt,
a
by
high
the way.
That holds Ninja
I
Stars?
have that Ninja Star belt, yeah.
Does it actually have Ninja Stars in it? Does it come with those?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
It's
Are
like
they effective?
yeah, I suppose. If you lean over while wearing it, it stabs you in the belly button.
Hey.
So that's going for it.
Is that free or does that cost extra?
Well, that's
Holy
free.
shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I really enjoyed how like weird and dark this movie got.
Yeah.
Very like strange shit.
This
and
movie-
like she did leave her door open, I guess, so like she let trouble in. But what's so weird is that the trouble came over the fence, so it didn't even matter that the door was open, right? Like
I guess they could have just broken that door or
Yeah,
the back
it's
door. I don't
strange.
even know.
we're like I always like to look for like, well, what's the moral of this story? And it like
Yeah.
there's that thing with what was it, Ted Bundy or one of the famous serial killers. He only killed people that had their doors unlocked because he said if people had locked doors, they didn't want me to come in.
Oh my god, that's creepy
And
as fuck.
so I'm always like, what is the moral? Is it just to lock your door? And I'm like, well, no, they broke over the fence. I'm like, it didn't matter that their door was locked. But like what the fuck? But it's such a weird thing, and
I
I
mean,
thought it was very appropriate that the way she ends up like killing the guy who broke in was she used the plaster cast.
Oh my God, I
that
know.
he stepped, like he made his own murder weapon
Yep.
and then walked into a bus.
Did you catch when she grabs it? He gives her like a Jim Carrey look, like, bitch, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? And then she just whacks him just right, and he goes
Yeah.
and like fucks him up. And like the whole thing spirals out of control. That was so amazing. That was so real and awesome. There's a bunch of shit like that in this, where like someone beats someone or like knocks someone or like whatever, but they kind of get back up and like they have like a limp or they do this. Like movies are very clean, where someone's either like indestructible or they're like one bop on the head and they're just knocked out until the writers need them to come back.
Or dead.
Right, and this was so dirty and weird.
Yeah.
And everyone's making noises and like, oh, I'm bleeding, fuck, and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, this was like, I don't think we would have made this movie, but this is like a movie. I'm wondering the budget now, and if Elijah Wood like came in with budget or something like that. But this feels like the kind of thing where someone's like, I'm like out of film school. I like Tarantino. I want to make a movie that's like excessively violent but has weird characters and like weird dialogue, and I want to do all these. I have all these ideas. We're going to have like a Mexican standoff, and it's all going to go to shit. But then it's going to stop, and they're going to talk for a while, and that's going to go to shit again. Oh,
Yeah.
double go to shit. Holy shit. And it's going to be like weird musical choices and montages, and like some of it's going to be like playing in the show, and then he's going to turn the volume down like in Jackie Brown or whatever. Like it had all these weird things. It didn't remind me of a Tarantino movie, but like structurally it had that weird
No, I can
film
see
school-y,
what
like,
you're
thing.
saying
Yeah.
about that. And then the characters were very they're kind of charming.
Yes, that whole
you
like
you first
yeah.
meet Elijah Wood's character, and you're like, what the fuck is this guy? And then you're like, oh no, like he's really like a sweet guy.
This autistic
And you're
dog
like,
shitter man.
What does he
What are you
even
doing?
do for a living?
I know.
Because you're like, what she does. She's a nurse, but she barely does that
Yeah.
because she's busy fighting crime. And then you see Elijah Wood, and you think like, oh, he's this like kind of hapless fuck, like this wannabe, karate dude,
Right.
a pedo, if you will. And you don't know who that is.
That's a deep cut. Only 5 people will get that.
I know, but I cut. But you think he doesn't do anything. He's not good at this at all. And then
Right.
he kind of saves the day with some of his shit. And you're like, no, he's like, I guess he can do everything he's saying he can do. And he throws ninja stars at people, like not just walls. He hits a fucking girl in the head with a ninja star.
Yeah.
Like fucking cheeks that bitch.
And
And then she like almost murders him.
I know.
And I loved like. People always do the one stab and then like kind of like it's done, but she did that like the pop. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Yep.
I love that. I love that she like hobbles that guy. She like cracks him in the head and then just bashes his knee. And I'm like, yeah, that's smart.
That's all. It was awesome. Yes, and that was the guy who like got back up, because she's
Yeah.
like beating him, and like he's like and like gets back up because he's like, what the fuck? No, I'm gonna keep chasing you or like
Well,
whatever.
he just
which
killed
was
his,
awesome.
his girlfriend presumably, and like fuck you, I'm gonna kill you. I got nothing
Right.
to live for now. I didn't get money, didn't get nothing. I'm wanted for murder potentially. I gotta get
Yeah.
you. Did you notice the arms dealer, the guy they bought the guns from?
Yeah, who is that?
So we've met him before.
What the shit fuck?
That's the dude that plays Jason in the new.
Holy shit!
So we were at a horror con.
in my
and
head,
we met that
in my
dude.
head, I was like, is that a wrestler? Like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
Yes.
And like
Wow.
he's a good actor because in real life he's like the most effeminate gay
Yes.
dude, like drinking martinis. Oh dear, like type of talker, and you're like he's like punches the dude in the mouth and
Bring my
says,
mother
like,
into
bring
this.
my mom into this. Like I
That's
love that. Like
awesome.
when
That's
like
awesome.
you can tell people are doing things. I'm like, because his voice doesn't. Because like in Jason and stuff, he doesn't talk.
Right,
So you don't
yeah.
ever really get that sense of like he's acting or whatnot. It's like he's tall. No, he can act. He's pretty good.
tall. requirements. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
But I thought that was funny. I thought like this kid's situation is like, you know, ridiculous, and like how you see all the things happen time where you're like, oh, you're the rich kid who turns to drugs and becomes a scumbag. Like, you do see that all the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't take advantage of things. I love that his dad called him out on it. He's like, no, he's a little shit. He had more advantages than 99.9% of the people in the world, and he turned out to be a fuck up.
Exactly.
Because that's how people do.
And he's a wild ass creeper. He was amazing. The whole thing in the house, and like,
Yeah.
you know, he's like a psychopath because she's like, the guest bathroom's down. He's like, it was an emergency, and just keeps walking. But then he like catches people are seeing him.
But it's an emergency and doesn't go down the stairs. Keeps going upstairs. Like, he keeps
Goes
walking
down,
around
like,
a different staircase.
goes down
Yeah.
other stairs. Yes, yes.
Yeah, I love
But that thing, there was a thing on like Law and Order where someone killed someone. Like he killed the mailman while he was leaving a crime scene or like whatever. And like the like criminal psychologist person was like, well, you can tell he's new at this because like a real psychopath guy would have just been like, good morning, and like walked right by or something like that. Like newbies and like nervous people and like not real hard stone cold people, like they go, oh shit, we have to fuck, grab her, fuck. But like, like smooth operators for whatever it is, and he was such a weird, like his face was weird. It was fucking. But
creepy dude.
But he was doing like the psychopath charisma thing here and there, and I was like, oh, he's a crazy person.
The thing that was going to be my like not play moment was so she does the plaster cast. You find that there's like a flat pot on a shoe. You see the shoe because there's a piece of tape across the shoe, and I was like, why does a rich kid have broken ass shoes? And then later on, the mother reveals, oh, we cut him off. He's got nothing.
We cut him off months ago.
And I was like, okay, because like that would have been my thing, like. Because you would have needed a reason. Well, how can you tell that's his footprint? A lot of people that shoe. You needed that thing, and then to be able to explain. And that's the thing I only ever ask for is a simple line.
Give me
to
something.
Explain something, because that would have been unexplainable to me if they didn't throw that line in. I've been like, the rich kid has fucking old shoes with tape on them. That makes sense.
Has taped up.
But then they did anything I ever need in any movie. It's just one line. Just explain it with 3 words.
Yeah, this gave me
hope.
Like a John dies at the end feeling at times. That doesn't really make sense. But like he says, "The fuck, this gun? Where did you get it off off of like a shipwreck or something like that?" And then they're loading it, and it's like you got it, and she goes, yeah, like okay, got it. And then they show like the rust, and then she goes to like shoot it again, and it fucking blows out the side of the chamber. And I was like, that's cool. I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, on paper, it's like, we're just spoon-feeding all this, like, shit or like, whatever, but, like, it felt good. They, like, they established something, and then it paid off. And, like, the shots hung for the right amount of time, and it made me, like, understand what was happening.
Some things only feel like you're spoon-fed because you understand how things work. I'm sure many people did not even, they're like, what just happened? Like, they would not even have caught why that happened.
Yeah.
And that the shell was stuck, and that, like, that gun was a piece of shit.
Was an old piece of shit, and that's because like that added so much tension to that, because they like show you the like rust while she's waiting to shoot the other guy, and then she successfully blows his hand off. It's like the other side or whatever, and you're like, okay, cool. And then later it like comes into play. It's very Tarantino-ish. It's very like you see the thing, and then later they're fighting.
It looked though that his hand was blown off completely in that first shot.
Yeah.
And then the second shot, his hand was just bloody.
Okay, and he was like holding like pieces of meat to like be like, okay, my hand is all fucked up or whatever. I know. Yeah.
And that's like, you can hide that thing like, relatively easily. You didn't have to show close-ups essentially of a hand that wasn't what you just showed it was. But as far as my nitty-gritty complaints go, not too severe on that. That was fine. The worst of that is Reservoir Dogs. I can't stand when they...
With the ear?
Oh, my God. They cut the ear off and you see the fucking ear. Like, come on, bitch.
I never noticed that. It's
all I noticed.
I was just along for a wild ride.
It takes me out of the fucking moment. So, like, that kind of stuff can ruin things for me. But this didn't have that same problem because humor and weird tension was happening. I loved, like, that water moccasin. Like, and it made me think, like, how did they even get that scene? Like, I feel like you can't train snakes. And clearly these are snakes that have like no fangs or whatever.
Venom glands or something.
But just the same, like the way it swam past her was beautiful.
Okay.
Like that was a perfect shot that I'm sure the guy filming it was like, it'll never happen like that again. It's perfect.
Do you think it was a fake snake or was it a real snake?
I thought it was real. If it were fake, I'm even more impressed.
I don't know. I did not even think about it.
The one on the dude's face was fake, obviously.
I thought you were even gonna call it out like that's a dumb way to to like resolve the fight and to like show the snake, because that's kind of like showing the broken gun. They like show the snake.
No, I had no problem with it.
I liked it too, but in the back of my head, I'm like, is this one of those things that are like shitty where they're showing you a thing.
The
and
part
it
that I
happens?
liked about it was more her interaction with the snake than his. I thought that was a little.
Well,
I
like-
liked that she hit him that she like had like 2 rocks set up and like hit him with
Yeah.
one and then hit him with another one. Because too often in movies we always see the person like has a
Runs
knife,
away.
drops it to get the gun, like all that thing, like never
Right.
never really does anything, or like shoots the guy, doesn't shoot him again, like
Right.
finish it. And I liked that. I was like dunk. Dunk, and then because she only had to be a couple feet ahead of him, he's fucking hobbled. Like
Yeah.
he couldn't really catch her.
But like the minute you see the snake, you know the snake's gonna like bite him or something like that.
Yeah.
But that was cool, I guess. I don't know.
I didn't have any issues with it. I
All
thought
these
it was
things
interesting.
worked for me, and I see why people might think they didn't work, but I really liked them.
The little things in this movie are what really did it for, like the awkwardness and the holding,
Yes.
like that car, like when she's in the parking lot walking, and the car backs up, and then she moves and it backs up, and she moves. She goes, just
Yeah, in the
fucking go.
trailer, yeah.
Or the guy with like the cart cutting in front of her when she has one item, because I see that shit every day. Like that shit's so real,
Yeah.
and like people hesitate and bullshit, and then just fucked.
Right.
And then you see the turn when
I
she
was gonna
becomes
say.
confident, and then she becomes, what she hates, or is it just that she understands the world more?
And
Because
that
that's
was what
what
was
the
so
world
cool.
is.
Right, because it wasn't all those awkward things and funny moments and goofy shit or whatever was there, and that's fine. But it wasn't just there for no reason, right? It
Yeah.
was there to contrast how later then she does whatever she does or whatever
Exactly.
and does it the other way. The fake out, Kevin's the dog, Tony.
Yes.
Elijah Wood's character. The fake out with him not being dead. How do you feel about that?
I loved that.
I like
Because I was
cheered.
like, oh, it's like a Mufasa moment.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, he's fucking making hot dogs or whatever. And he's
I-
telling him how you properly flip and bullshit.
Here are my notes. Chase, snake, cat meat, invisible, rocks, snake. Tony, no! Back to normal? Whatever job? No. It's Tony, heaven. No, actually Tony.
I thought that cat meat
One
makes
word.
you invisible thing was a genius line.
Okay.
And why I say that
Yes.
is because it throws what's going to happen off dramatically. So you just hear this ridiculous line, and you're expecting some sort of resolution or explanation of what the fuck does that mean.
Right.
You ever have cat meat? You mean like cat food? Nah, the meat from cats makes you invisible. He dies like 1 second after that.
I know. What do
And
you, what do
I
you
think that's great.
Yes,
Because it's such asymmetry. It makes you not expect that at all.
Right.
And that's great.
Because you didn't think he would be invisible. But you
Well,
thought,
no, I of course didn't think he'd be
Yes.
invisible. But I did.
I
Think
know what you mean.
I thought he'd say something like eat that meat. You gain the blah blah, or something, or like the smell it makes people not want to look at you. Like you're invisible, you can walk through anything. No one makes eye contact with a man who eats cat. Like something, anything, and there's just like dunk. He gets hit in the head, falls backward a little bit, dunk, falls in the fucking water, snake on his face.
and he goes, fuck!
Doesn't even die from it. He's in
Yeah.
the woods and like, "Ah!"
That was a very
as
bad...
it would happen.
That was a very bad thing. Yeah, his face is like swollen.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh fuck. Yeah, no. So I expected him to be, and she kind of looks left and then looks right and then looks left. I expected that that line to be him saying that to rattle her and then fake her out by going the other way or like whatever.
Sure.
And she would turn around and he'd be gone and then he'd be here or something like that, dumb like that. But yes, it was so great to just have it be be nothing.
No, it was
It's,
just
like,
a great
awesome.
pull.
Oh.
There's so many little bits in this movie that I thought were just wonderful. I'd love to know what he did for a living. I loved him Googling, like,
Oh my God!
I can fact that. Oh, it's just a series of webs. He's got to avoid the
Well,
spiders.
well, they call it the web. And he goes, well, yeah, all that stuff. No, when the music cuts as they cut to the screen and he's Googling how to find license plate or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck.
With a
that-
question mark, like he's actually asking a question.
Yes. I like underlined the question mark or something. I like noted
Yeah.
that was fucking amazing.
Because that's what a person who knows
fucking
nothing about a
amazing.
computer does.
Yes.
And I love it.
And that's that thing with him of like being capable in some ways, but being human and being a hapless fuck to some
Yes.
degrees too, or whatever the fuck.
Love it.
So like he can't just say, maybe we can Google it. I don't know. Oh, I don't have a credit card. Do you have a credit card? He has to be like, all right, and like hacker mode and all
I
that
need a
stuff.
credit card.
He has to try to show her that he's like hacker man. or
And
something
when he
like
says I
that.
need a credit card, she's like, oh, like
right, She's kinda like what?
I loved how also inept like the police were. And I feel like that's probably how it happens too. I've never
Yeah.
had this issue before, but I love the idea like you're like, no, I tracked it. I used the where's my iPhone or whatever app, like
Right, and they're like, well, we can't
there it
just send
is.
people to that house. And
But
she's like,
we know it's there. You don't
Yeah.
need like probable cause. I'm sure is a thing, and this is that. Come on.
Right.
It's fucking ridiculous. I love that it also, like, and I don't know if this actually exists, but if it does, this is genius. All those Find Your Whatever should have a ping button that does make a loud noise.
Yeah.
That's genius if it exists. I've never actually used one before, but
Yeah.
if that doesn't exist, that's $1 million idea.
This movie made me want to get one of those because I'm like, oh yeah, fuck. What if something happens?
I have
to
them on my
shit?
phone right now.
Yeah, fuck. I don't have shit. It's
Yeah.
great. With my seat in my pants. But no, that was awesome because that was one of those weird scenes where bad shit's gonna happen, but then like she just shuts it all down by hitting the button, and it's like, oh well, fuck, okay. And the whole
Yeah.
I need the power cord too, and like the like
Yeah,
henchwoman
awkward.
does the whole like I have to find thing and all that stuff like normal like you would do. Like movies usually cut things out or they like smooth things out or
Yes.
whatever.
But
And
this
what,
movie was all about the awkward embrace, so
Yeah.
it had to show every
that's
last
what made
bit.
this so cool was to hang on things
Now-
and to show you people doing things.
What did you think about the woman not fingering her at the end for being guilty of this? Because there
Oh.
was no real proof she was not with these murderous people. For not even saying she was involved, because they're like, and who was it? And she didn't point at that picture.
Yeah, it was interesting.
What did you think on that?
I want to say really quick, I loved when like shit broke loose and they're showing each person and like what happens to them, and then when they cut to the wife, she's running like T2 just down the street like
Yeah.
as fast as she can. She's fucking out. She's fucking done. I was like, that's amazing.
Well, she has no reason to stay at all.
Right, but that's awesome that she didn't be like, what about this? What about that? Oh no, and like just cry. She was just like, nope, fuck, and like, out.
Yeah.
I loved that.
So, like, I
So
took
I don't-
her
yeah.
not saying it was her because she kind of gave her what she wanted.
Interesting.
She was an unhappy housewife with, like, a husband who's never around, she said, with a shitbag kid,
Yeah.
a security guard in the house, bullshit that she
Ugh.
doesn't need, doesn't like, and now she has it all. She has all the money. She can do whatever she wants. She can make ridiculously awesome coffee for her guests.
Yeah, I wonder if it ran that deep because she seemed so like when the shit broke loose. She also kind of like snapped out of her whole like, well, I don't know, like fucking like thing too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's an excellent angle. I like that a lot. I didn't really think about it that deeply. I figured that she proved herself to not be part of the like original conspiracy by helping out in like when the shit broke loose phase. But in my head, I was also like, how did the wife notice to what degree she was doing or not doing stuff in the shit broke loose phase?
No, because
So whatever.
me, I don't care what you did moments after you did something bad.
Okay.
If it's time to delve out that you're getting some shit, I'm fucking
Yeah.
everybody in the room.
Well,
I'm like, yep, that was a murder. I'm pretty sure she killed somebody. Get this one out of here, blah, blah, murder them all. Because
She's-
at the end of the day, it doesn't change her life at all, and it does get
Yes.
her a little bit more satisfaction.
A little more fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, she says something. The other Ruth says something like, "I'm a hostage too. My hands should be up too. No, you saw it or something."
Well, yeah, but anyone
and
can say
And
that.
she's like, "Fuck you, no, whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
I
took my fucking tiger.
like that angle a lot. Yeah, I love that she took the tiger. Also, the security guard, like going from room to room, being like clear and like doing
Yeah.
all that shit while they're talking, and like the husband's like, like fuck.
And
all
he
that
didn't
stuff.
have his own gun, presumably, because he only went for the gun that was on the ground, and they didn't take a gun off of him. So I'm like, where did his gun go?
Oh, did they not? I thought they would have.
If they would have,
They
they
didn't
would have
really
had
show
one
it.
more working gun, and they never had that.
Interesting.
Because the gun he then resorted to using was that one he took out of the safe, which only had like 5 shots in it.
Hmm.
But this movie.
I just love them continuing the
nature of it.
dialogue and him yelling clear in the background
course.
the whole time. It was fucking awesome.
I like that he was also like a badass. He got shot in the stomach and kept coming, and then gets
Mm-hmm.
shot again, and then dies. Spoilers.
We're deep in the spoiler section.
No, yeah, we're super deep.
The boat thing was hilarious, where she couldn't.
And
she
I
can't get
thought
the boat
that
start.
too,
Yeah,
because it's hard. Like it's like starting anything.
yeah,
It can be difficult.
right.
And she couldn't use her dominant hand because it broke the finger. So like lefty pull starting something,
Uh-huh.
not the easiest, especially if you've never done it before.
Yeah. I love that she had to row and all the tension of the rowing, because in my head I'm like, what the fuck? You're just going to be halfway across and he's going to shoot or something like that, but they make it and that's great, but then the other guy comes in like instantly, I'm
Yeah.
like, no, fuck. And like, it wasn't even like, oh, he's like a horror movie villain that's going to be so, like once he catches up to them, they're toast, but I was like, how many bullets does he have left? He's like, he has nothing to lose. He's all
Yeah.
gross. Oh, fuck, and all that stuff. Yeah.
He was a good cast too.
Yeah.
I thought that character really fit that part.
Yes.
I'm gonna say all the cast of this movie was really good. There was no
Yeah.
people like usually you watch them and you're like, eh. I loved the guy that was running that consignment shop. I thought he was
Yes.
great. He had like
Some
a David Carradine look to him.
Some Dracula motherfucker sell you whatever you want over there.
Yeah.
And then when they show him, I'm like, I guess that's the guy they were talking about.
Yeah.
He reminded me of the guy from Phantasm or whatever, those movies. Poltergeist.
Where are your newer items? They're antiques. got a customer, and just walks away.
So good. So are the newer things like in one place? They're all antiques or something like that. And you're like, oh my god, like. Because that's how people talk. Like, when people say, that's how people talk in the movie. They talk like real people. No, real people miss the point, say shit. The cops, him just, like, blinking and being half cross-eyed sometimes and getting all angry with her for, like, asking about her shit was great.
Yeah.
And then being like, my wife's divorcing me. There you
First
go.
time I said this out loud.
Motherfucking
And
thing.
he's always an overrider. He's
Yeah.
I know him a lot from Malcolm in the Middle. He played Stevie's dad.
Okay.
He's also in Harold and Kumar. He's the guy that goes like he's racially profiled and arrested. He's like I was in the middle eating like my Sunday dinner. And they busted in and arrested me for a robbery. Said I fit the description. He goes, and you're not mad? Well, got a huge penis.
That's that guy.
That's that guy.
I never saw that movie. I have to do a whole feature.
God.
Lee's never seen.
It will be a feature. But yeah, so guys, we recommend this movie. I think I can say safely this is a 2 thumbs up moment.
This is 2 thumbs up. Let me just quickly say, this movie, like, inspired me, like a weird fucking way.
Do tell.
Not the murder and all the extreme shit.
Oh, not interested. Until next time.
But these people, like, I loved her, like, small house, and she, like, drinks beer, and, like, people, like, listen to music in this movie. It cuts to them laying on the couch, and, like, music's just playing.
It doesn't take much to inspire Lee.
But, like, no, but, like, I don't do that anymore, and I don't go on these little, like, adventures or, like, whatever the fuck. And these people doing these things and finding this connection with him and her and all the weird stuff. Something about this just made me, like, feel good or whatever. Inspire's probably the wrong word or whatever.
So Lee's going to leave his door open, and we're going to see what happens next week.
And we're going to go on a wild adventure to find the people.
I got Ninja Stars.
Fucking awesome. The music was really cool. There's a lot of awesome, like, tracks and weird pulls and stuff in
Definitely.
this. I don't know.
All right, guys, so that was us talking about I Don't Belong in This World Anymore.
2 thumbs up.
Check it out.
Fabulous.
Don't die in a fire.